Welcome to At My House. Today's guests are responsible for some of the most chaotic, iconic, and genuinely fun nights in London. They built a world people don't just attend, they want to be a part of. From nightlife, culture, and music to friendship, business, burnout, and being permanently overdressed at 2 a.m. in the morning, these two have somehow stayed loud, relevant, and competed themselves through it all. So today, we're going to step behind the guest list. I've got the Mascanada brothers in my house.
Hey, what an intro.
Love it. How are you boys?
Yeah, good. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, this
thanks
is
for
brilliant.
coming.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
I love a little knock at my house. I really do. So just for those who may not know who you are, tell me a bit about how Mascanada Brothers kind of was born and who you are.
So, Kyle, Ross, we met a long time ago, when we were about 16, 17 at college in Manchester. We were studying musical theatre. Instantly became best mates. And yeah, we had a shared love for musical theatre, but also club culture and music, electronic music. And I think that's kind of, well, that's why we connected so well, wasn't it? And then...
yeah, we spent our weekends with fake IDs sneaking into gay clubs in Manchester.
I used your fake ID, and I was like, in your ID, I think you were like 6 years old and blonde, but it worked.
And then we moved to London together and discovered London club culture. And then many years later, in 2019, on a fateful trip to Ibiza, went to see Claptone at the time, his masquerade party was at Pasha, and it was 7 o'clock in the morning on a balcony. We go, should we throw a party? And we were like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea to spend a load of money. And
had no prior experience. Literally, all we had really. You'd just about started like bedroom DJing and trying to like jump on sets whenever you could in bars, but we knew dance music. We loved it. So yeah, and we had a few friends kind of in the industry, and we were like, that's it.
So did you start doing events before you started DJing?
Yeah, for quite a while
The reason we started DJing is a warm-up act didn't turn up, and I was like, oh, go on, I'll just give it a go. Enjoyed it so much. And a couple of parties later, I was like, Kyle, why don't you do this as well? Why don't you be a warm-up act as well?
Went to London Sound Academy, did.
Yeah. So did I.
Yeah.
Did you not? Oh, yeah.
The beginners and the middle course and intermediate or whatever it was. And then I was like, right, I think I'm ready. Oh my God, I was not ready. We, like, every time we stood up there,
you used to get so nervous.
Like, I was a performer for 10 years on stage and didn't get nervous, but DJing, I was awful. I used to walk off dinner after about one song and just leave you to it because I was terrified. Yeah, it didn't last long.
I used to be like that. Whenever I would DJ, I remember actually, I was saying this to Wales actually on his interview, one of my Ocean Beach Ibiza sets, I literally was shaking so hard.
Oh, no.
I don't even know how I got through it. Every time I looked at my hands, they were just literally like this. And you just have to do the poker face. I'm fine, but I really was not okay in the slightest.
Someone told me ages ago, the confidence is basically just like, faking confidence is exactly the same as having confidence.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes it's just got to dig deep and just pretend that you feel it and you know what you're doing. And
I think it comes from a place of as soon as you know your craft more and you settle in. I didn't feel ready to be on stage, and that's where the nerves came from.
Yeah.
And I felt judged, But as soon as you kind of become more confident in your craft, you can relax into it, and then. Yeah, you take the risks and it becomes so much more enjoyable.
Yeah.
I mean,
I do remember there was a clicking moment. We played at a festival, I think it was called Into the Woods Festival, and Tommy, one of our residents, turned around to me during the set and he was like, it's clicked for Kyle. You could just see, it was like black and white, literally night and day, that like your confidence on the stage was just like, you always had the ability, but it was just like, shoulders back, like looking at the audience, and it was like, oh sweet, now we're unstoppable. We're together now.
Now we're locked in.
Yeah.
So what were your first impressions of each other, honestly?
Oh my God.
Kyle used to wear this t-shirt, Kyle was a right chav. And I was the posh one and Kyle was the chav. He used to have his t-shirt that said sex, drugs and sausage rolls on it.
And in like diamantes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Awful.
We used to smoke roll-ups outside. I think we just bitch about people. I think
my first impression of you is like, I mean, all my friends were kind of, as chavvy as I was, it was all presenting.
Yeah.
They were quite goody two-shoes. but Ross joined our college because he got kicked out of his first one.
It's weren't that goody two shoes.
No. So like prior to meeting Ross, so Ross was kind of the first like rebel friend I had. Like we got up to no good when we first met. So I thought this guy, you were such like, I can't think, is it an oxymoron? Where it's like, he was such a little
shit.
Such a rebel, but at the same time was singing musical theatre, doing high kicks. So it was so like juxtaposition. But those were my first impressions. Like, I don't know, there was something like really, I don't know, just infectious about you. Oh God, I'm really going deep here. But like, it was like, I don't know, you were a little shit, but
yeah.
We can get mushy at my house, it's okay.
For me, Kyle's always had this infectious, fun energy to be around. And he's just like, he brings out the best in me. And it was like that from day one, even though we were both chasing girls at that time. You were straight at the time.
There was a time.
It was like, it was just, we just clicked from the beginning.
Yeah.
And do you know what? In 20 years, we've actually never fallen out.
Oh God, so how long it's been.
Yeah. So I think that's quite a good show that I just knew from day one that we were going to be. We've just always had the same sort of like interests.
Yeah, and there was like a whole period when, we were going clubbing and people would kind of, at that age, people like the clubbing experience more than they like the music. But we'd come home and discuss the music, discuss the DJs. And it was like, it felt like that conversation wasn't really happening in our group. And, that did gel us, didn't it?
Yeah.
And also, who is more chaotic between the two of you behind the scenes?
Oh, me.
Yeah, it's definitely Carl. In different ways, though. Different ways. Like, I feel like I'm the messy bitch. And then you're a messy bitch in a different way.
Yeah. I always say, like, even like when we're like drinking or whatever, it's rare. I think you find both of us battered at the same time. It's one or the other.
One's
so like everyone goes.
Control. One's got to be the mum.
Yeah.
I'm the organised one, so I do like the travel arrangements, make sure the flights are booked.
You're like, what's it called on TikTok when like type A or type B?
Yeah, it's exactly like that. I'm type A and he's type B. But
but then at the same time, I can be super messy, but also can be very organised. When it comes to an event, I think I'm very on it with like front of house, knowing what everything's happening. Yeah. Travel, don't come near me. I'm done.
Me too, babe.
I just follow.
And what kind of kids were you guys growing up? Because I refuse to believe either of you were quiet. And was music always embedded in both of you growing up as well?
Yeah. I grew up with a massive love of musical theatre, and I still love it. And it's quite similar to DJing, because it's like standing on stage and performing in front of people. Yeah. But then when I was 15, I went to my first festival, Wakestock Festival, and walked past the dance music stage, and it was Zane Lowe, who was on Radio 1 at the time. And he was playing like Insomnia Faithless, Into Prodigy. And I'd never seen this before. And I was like, whoa, this is a whole new world. And then I just got really into drum and bass for a kid, and that was sort of like, that was me.
I think we all kind of started off at D&B before we went into like house.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people that I spoke to have anyway.
Yeah, I think it is, because it's quite similar to like maybe like rock music, and I was like into rock music as a kid, like Blink-182 and all that sort of stuff. But I guess because it's all quite angsty and like energy. So for a teenager, it's quite easy to like let it out. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I miss the whole kind of D&B stage and the dubstep stage. It just passed me. I don't even recall like people at school really.
You were listening to Usher and Neo.
Yeah, I was massive into R&B for years and years, and I went through a few like kind of stages. I think when we were at college, it was like went into indie for a while. And then when I first started discovering electronic music, something just kind of clicked, and I was like, oh my God, like, what is this? And it was the bizarrest, like I was into like Zoo and like loads of like American acts that aren't really spoken about, beat hangers. And I remember like they were nowhere near being played in the clubs in the UK. It was random. And that was kind of my introduction. But again, as a kid, like really performative, I guess, both of us.
Yeah, we like showing off.
Mom, can I show you?
Yeah, 100%.
Going on to the parties, what point did the parties stop feeling like, okay, this is just not, it's not just a motive, this is like, we can make something big here? something loud in this industry?
When we first kicked off in 2019, it was so exciting, but it was all of our friends. And then it became friends of friends and friends and friends. And like, actually, we ran boat parties, and that's what we became known
That's
for.
how I realised
for quite a while, for
yeah.
about 2 years. And then, we were doing more and more boat parties. And we still get messages now asking, like, when's the next boat party? I'm like, done.
Yeah.
But I think it became more serious when we started getting bookings for us to DJ rather than for our own event. Do you know what I mean? And then that it really it took a shift.
It was like, what, post-lockdown-ish time, I reckon? It was like, I can't really...
it would have
must
been because
like...
we did one boat party, then another event, and then we went into lockdown. And it was during that time I actually started to like, right, I bought decks and learn how to DJ. And then coming out of lockdown was when we first started getting like a few like disco festivals, but we were booked as Masquerada, and it wasn't our event.
Well, we gig out a lot. Like, we're sort of out sort of once a week now doing the Masquerada Brothers thing. But I mean, it's just like the click when it switched. Yeah, I think it was post lockdown. But in lockdown, I was working at the Cause nightclub. I was one of the managers there, and no one else was really throwing parties. So we were like the number one listed event on Resident Advisor.
Yeah,
and we were like
sit down parties.
Sit down
party.
And we were like,
yes.
we'll do them.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, are you sure? But we were selling out. And like we did the ones in Brixton on the
up on the roof. No, it was Brixton. Prince of Wales.
Prince of Wales.
Yes.
We did a whole series. We were doing like bi-weeklies there.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was only 200 cap, but because there was nothing else going on, we were selling them out and putting on pretty big lineups as well. Because DJs,
they wanted
they were taking like a fraction of their usual fee because no one was doing bookings.
Yeah.
So
that was that was probably the switch. Around like
exciting time.
Yeah, remember it was like you had to have a Scotch egg when you were raving.
Because it had to be
that sit down thing was ridiculous.
Oh, it's ridiculous. But when you've been sat at home twiddling your thumbs, like
because I went to a couple sit down raves.
You just wanted to hear
it was just something to go out. 100%, just to help out those who are trying to get into event space. I know you guys have taken up more into your gigs and producing that, what we'll go into a bit later on. But just in terms of helping anyone else going into that space, there's a lot of events that kind of look good online but don't necessarily feel good in the room. What do you think people are getting wrong about building real nightlife culture?
I think the word is culture, and it's community and things like that, and like not just booking whoever is the viral song on TikTok, like, and people come to hear that one song, get the phones out for that, and it's like you can still book those artists, but does the rest of like the evening or the day like revolve around more than just waiting for that one tune? And I see so many promoters out there just booking the TikTok DJ or whoever's got the Beatport number one, and it's like, and then building community around
community
that.
Is like, I mean, it's still it's still a conversation we have all the time, and it's difficult, but you can see some nights really thriving in London at the moment who have built that community, and they've been able to go ahead without the huge lineups. That is it's the key thing. It's knowing what it is that you deliver and do it consistently, and those people will keep coming back. Forget about the numbers. Numbers go up and down, but I think if you do it from a place of passion, and like we always book people that we really enjoy, and that might be like a selfish thing.
But who do we want to hang out with, and what music do we want to listen to? It's like, right, what tunes am I playing on my USB? Right, that's who we want to book, not necessarily who are going to be the biggest ticket sellers, because at the end of the day, that's our job as the promoter. The DJ that we book, it's not their job to sell the tickets. And I think sometimes some people forget that. Especially when we get booked for stuff, like they're like, oh, can you promote this? You promote this? Is like, well, the word is promote. Like, that's sort of your job. Obviously, we will do everything to help because we want a full room, but some people do forget that.
I think especially since we've started over the years, it's kind of the roles seem to be a bit
blurred. They expect us to, because they know that we throw parties, they expect us to
bring in the people.
Which we will.
That's.
I think DJs bring in people to a degree anyway.
That's fine, and we do.
But again, like you said,
selling it for them is a different thing,
And I agree with that as well. You created nights that were really expressive and free, and just like your personalities. was that always the intention from the beginning to kind of bring people into your world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been quite we're quite out there people, and we've always sort of like we've always supported like the gay culture as well, and know that where like house music has come from, and just like by coincidence we book a load of like LGBTQ plus artists,
and
they're the best anyway. And it's like, but it's not they're like, oh, we got to book gay people. It's like, that's just what happens.
Yeah.
And I think it creates a safe space for everyone. And it's like, they're the parties that we go to and that we want to hang out at.
And we are fun people. I don't think there was ever going to be, we started off in house and disco, but it was always like uplifting. And then even when we've gone like slightly more house and tech house, or quite a bit over the years, it's still a fun vibe that we want to create. We don't want anything ever too serious. Like, we've done everything over the years, like bloody confetti cannons, just to like silly it up. We've turned up in costume when we were doing the boat parties and stuff. That's what, in our eyes, that's what a party should be. It's fun. You're there to enjoy yourself. As much as, some nights are there.
There's enough people doing the heads down, like really cool, serious dancing. You got to remember, we're having a party.
And that is the thing of the industry. I think it is like, even when I was talking about this with Katie Lee, it's like everyone's just too cool. It's like everything wants to just be too cool, and it's like
we're not those people.
Have fun.
Exactly.
And especially when you're passionate about something, you want to have fun with it, like. Because it's what you enjoy to do, like it's what you enjoy doing. Like I don't want to go on there and kind of be all stoic and act like I don't care about it, 'cause I do.
And then you speak to those people afterwards, the ones who are on the phone and and they're like, yeah, it's such a good night. I'm like, how do you know?
You enjoy it?
And can you tell your face? Because it didn't look like it. We've been like slagging it off as well as, social media has over the last couple of years. The kind of dip on the dance floor in energy and just kind of being free and actually, doing what you're there to do, dance. You see the videos from Ibiza over the last couple of years, and everyone's either like this or heads down. And we've just had the season opening, and the videos from Amnesia, honestly, like my heart. When I saw those videos, have you seen the videos of like the guys and they've like created like a big circle, and they're like one person's running in and dancing. They're all like no phones,
I love
energy.
that.
And I was like, yes, this is exactly what it's about.
Need,
It doesn't need to be like, you're
think
solo dancing. Like you're there as like as a whole. Do you know what I mean? You vibe off each other, and like it was.
What they've done with that
so exciting.
Amnesia Terrace is like there is no big screens. It's like. The DJ's tucked away it's like there's a stage, but it's tucked away. And when you have the big, like, Tomorrowland spectacle, you are going to film that.
Yeah.
You expect people to film that. But just if you remove all that, phones go away. Like, I was in Ministry of Sound last night. I was watching my friend DJ in that new main room, and I looked out into the audience. And because how they've set it all up now, people weren't facing the DJ, they were facing their mates and dancing. And where the speakers are all around the room rather than at the front, it creates a vibe where, like, people then dance in their groups or like are dancing not facing the stage, and I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, to see that rather than just like everyone like a zombie, like, look, we're all guilty. Get your phone out, film a little moment. Yeah. But it's like it was so nice to see that on the dance floor rather than everyone stood like I don't know, watching a Foo Fighters gig.
Also, energy is so infectious, and I think also not to, no thingy on any DJs that do, but it's like when you're so chill as a DJ or too cool to be school, because some people are chill and that's fine, but when you're acting too cool and it's just a hand up and all I'm gonna want to film is my environment or the music, because I'm just going off of energy. But when you see certain DJs that are enjoying themselves and they're dancing and whatever, it's like the crowd's more likely to be dancing in their own vibe, because it's like that energy is just like, oh my gosh, it's like it just moves throughout the whole room. Do you know what I mean?
Never trust a DJ that doesn't dance.
I always get people actually get slander on like TikTok and stuff, like, why are you dancing as a DJ? It's like, why would I not?
Yeah.
Why would I not?
It's called dance music.
Like, I'm gonna put on a tune and just be like this, watching you guys all. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Like if you like as a DJ, if you don't look like you're enjoying your own music, how do you expect the crowd to be on board?
Yeah.
It is infectious. Like Kilimanjaro is just like the most, oh my God, mesmerizing person to watch on stage. He's got the most stage presence ever. Really just commands it. But like to watch him, like of how passionate he is about what he's playing, and you can see like the excitement because he knows like what's coming next. I think it's just And then you can see it in his in the crowds. Like,
I even see little things of like Ariel Free when she puts out.
oh my God, I was thinking about her the other day.
She's such a babe, isn't she?
She like choreo.
She is. She's doing a whole career up there. But it's just like, yes, enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? That's what it's about. And her crowd always is like they're enjoying it as well, because it's like, like I said, the energy just moves throughout the room. No one's all just like, okay.
Yeah.
It's not too cool. It's just actually we're just here to have fun.
100%.
So what made you go from throwing parties to wanting to shape the soundtrack as well?
So there was quite a lot in between, really.
A lot of people saying it was the next step. It was, you should release tunes. And like, we have no prior sort of like music background.
Yeah.
So it was really daunting for us. And then I think you gave it a go first.
Yeah,
and it's just,
downloaded Ableton.
It's just like
faffed around.
Yeah, just faffing around for. I think it took us like a year before we're like, okay, I feel like we're getting the swing of it. But I wish we'd started doing that when we started.
Well, yeah, if it's like an advice thing, like start as soon as
later.
Yeah,
because it becomes like a whole different part of your identity as well. Like playing other people's music is amazing, and you can get a real sense of who they are as an act. But making your own music, it just elevates it to that whole other level. And I do regret not starting earlier, because it's another thing that just, it takes a long time. Like, we're still learning every day. And
the thing with it, you sat in your room doing it, like at home, no one's going to hear how bad it is. So it's like with the trial and error thing, it's not like DJing where like you have to practice by doing it in front of people. It's the only way you can learn. With producing, look, if it's rubbish, you just delete the file, start again. But it's just trial and error with it. And I'm so annoyed we didn't start when everyone said to us, oh, you should give it a go. It was just intimidating. But there's so many like free online courses and like TikToks, like the Tool Room Academy stuff that Lewis John does. And there's so many available platforms now to like teach you entry level for it. And like, I just don't feel like I knew where those were at the time, but I wish I did. Yeah.
But I think once we kind of got stuck into it, we put out like the first track about 3 years ago?
Yeah.
And then we were like, right, okay, we've been lucky enough to work with some like great engineers. Lewis John, you mentioned at Tool Room. And once you kind of get the ball rolling, you're like, right, okay, you just build on it. And we haven't taken our foot off the gas, I don't think, in the last... It has become like a big focus of ours. Like
since January, we're in the studio twice a week.
Every
Amazing.
week.
Yeah.
And last year, I don't think, again, you're learning on the job. Like, we didn't anticipate how long things take. Like, right, okay, we've got this finished track. Who wants to put it out next week? They're like, doesn't work like that. It's like, okay, yeah, I'll take it, but it's going to be 8 months until it's out. Yeah. Or it gets, passed back and forth, and then... things take a long time. So we did put out two tracks a few years ago, and then last year we were sitting on loads of music, but none of it was released, was it? We released one track in November, which meant we entered this year having a load of music finished and kind of ready to go out. But a bit of a plan with it. So
we've made a bit more, been a bit more strategic with it this year. We're sitting on releases. The aim, we said to each other, was one release a month for 12 months. And so far we're doing it.
March, April, May. And then we've got music lined up until August.
Until August, yes.
Amazing.
Signed. But it has taken away a little bit from the event side, that we've not been able to... 2 days of the week we're in the studio, that we're not sat on the laptops working on throwing a party or... getting another DJ booking or something, but I'm so glad that we're doing it, and I'm having so much fun doing it as well. Like,
do you think you're finding your identity more in producing?
Still personally, like, I think we will always be
performers first.
DJ, producer.
Yeah.
But who knows? Like, the deeper I get into it, I'm like, I really
love it.
I love it, and I love learning, and I love like. I love that we're developing our sound, and, these things take time, but, I think we'll always be DJ.
Yeah.
DJ producer first.
Yeah.
I think.
You've just dropped DMMW.
Yes.
Yes.
What's the abbreviation for that again?
Don't make me wait.
Don't make me wait.
There was a choice, wasn't it, to call it DMMW?
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
feel like that's
Yeah.
harder to say.
DMMW.
DMMW. Don't make me
DMMW.
I
wait.
still call
I
it
like it.
don't make me wait, but
Yeah.
it's just like when it's written.
It's
Yeah.
like, do you remember the Eliza Rose IPC tune? And it was Boater.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
And
yeah.
everyone calls it
Yeah,
that
yeah,
now.
yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
it's similar to like that. I'm trying to be cool.
No, I like it. I even love your last release you did with Lewis John, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Freaky.
Yeah, I love that, by the way. Very Vogue. I love it. This one, DMMW, is very vocal led again, like a very soulful vocal led, but it's very deep house, should I say? Is it
Yeah,
like
yeah.
housey, yeah? Tell me about it and what inspired that direction.
So this is one of the ones I started, and again, it was we did a podcast the other day, and we did like touch on it. It's like sometimes you have an idea in your head, and you sit down and you kind of chip away at it until you kind of get the direction. But with this, it was lots of layering. The vocal came quite a bit later. Lots of layering and
I love that vocal.
yeah. Well,
it just fits so well with the whole tune.
it was just some digging through the music I had. It's a Peach
Yeah.
Boys track, I think from the 80s. And then I was like, ooh, I think this could fit. So kind of ripped the vocal off,
Yeah.
popped it on, and it did fit. I think the track, I don't think, it's quite a progressive track and bass line, and it's probably not a vocal that would naturally usually go with it, but it just really fit. And then lots of instruments inspiring other instruments. It kind of went on
like
a bit
guitar.
Guitar solo.
Yeah.
A
Oh, I
guitar
loved
solo in a
it.
house track. It should be
And
illegal.
I was like,
I
It
loved
worked.
it
worked.
though.
Yeah.
It worked so well.
And the motorbike sample, that's my
Yeah.
favourite bit. When you show me a version of it and it's got a motor, I was like, oh my God, imagine that in like warehouse projects.
Yeah.
We're just bouncing off the walls. So yeah,
It's so
I think
sick.
I actually dug up an old version that you did of it. And to see the progression of where it started, you could see all the elements there, but just not finally tweaked. And to where it is now that got released this week is like,
Yeah.
it's so fun to see like the progression of the music, of the tune.
Would you ever like put out something like that, like a TikTok video or reel, like just showing the progression of like where you started to like now?
Yeah, we should
I think
do.
you know what the now that we're kind of fully into the release schedule, we're realizing that. I think when we made the tracks, it's probably a lot of missed opportunities of like
Filming and-
capturing the
Yeah.
content of it being made, because
But
you
in
just
the
don't really
stu-
think
yeah.
that far ahead.
Being in the
Whereas
studio
now,
is
like-
actually quite boring.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
like, going over the same sample over and over.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
no one wants to see this.
Yeah.
But
I
the
wish we
labels
had.
are asking like, can you do like, the day that it was made? I haven't got it. It
Yeah.
was a random Sunday, sat on my bed.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think definitely we need to start filming everything.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good, especially for those that like, as you guys are speaking and saying, anyone that's kind of looking to go into that kind of part of producing, etc. Like I tried producing, just wasn't for me, and I think everyone that I spoke to kind of said the same thing as you guys. Like, I wish I started earlier. It just seemed a bit daunting at the time, etc. And I think if you know all these things prior to coming into it, and everyone feels that way, it makes it feel less like, okay, I'm not alone. And especially seeing like people like you guys that are making such amazing tracks, and then seeing your progression over that time, it's like, oh, actually, I could probably do what they do as well. Like, maybe I don't. Maybe it's not as daunting
Yeah.
as I think it is. Do you know what I mean?
I think we
Yeah.
also got like quite a lot of help from the beginning. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
mentioned our boy Lewis. It's like
Yeah.
just getting feedback or then going in with the room and he'd be like, oh, you've done this wrong. Let me show you how it's done. And you're like, okay, right, next time I go back.
Yeah.
I've done it. Sometimes, I know me, I'm a visual learner. I need someone
Yeah.
to walk me
Same.
through it. Sometimes YouTube video, they're brilliant, but it's not enough for me. I need someone
Yeah.
like, click
Yeah.
this, click
Yeah,
that,
same.
like really break it down.
Also, I think I feel like DJs and artists are becoming a little easier to talk about, but collaboration is literally everything. You could shortcut months by collaborating with someone who just has the knowledge there.
Yeah.
You can learn off so many people.
We work
we work with
Lewis
people
Jones,
all the time.
Lewis John. If you go on someone's Spotify, you can click on song credits. I'm talking, go on John Summit, go on the biggest names in the world, and you will see that it's not just that one person sitting in a room doing it. They're not having ghost producers, but they have other people in the room with them. And like, we're
Yeah.
quite happy, like, we work with other engineers who know better than us, who we hire their studio and they have all the equipment.
Yeah.
We don't have it.
Yeah.
So a collaboration is key.
Yeah, and I think, you know, if you are starting out, like I've got a few friends who have messaged us asking about kind of, you know, how you get going. You have the tools there, you're able to know whatever, but sit with an engineer. If you have a vision of like where the track is, that's I learned so much in those sessions, you know, just watching people like how they fly around the software.
Because they will use the software. They'll sit on the computer to do it, but you're still the producer. You're in the room saying, right, okay, I want it to sound like this. Okay, can we pinch this sample? Oh, this reference from here. Like, you're still the one
You're
in
the puppeteer still.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're in
Yeah,
control,
yeah.
but somebody's going to work on able to know
Yeah.
all the shortcuts quicker than you. Something that would take us 2 hours, they can do it in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
There's something nostalgic about the sound that you guys create, which I love. Who has shaped your musical taste, would you say?
I think
It's
we come
so-
from a disco world, so I
Yeah.
think we've always been influenced from those like funky disco sounds.
Yeah.
Like big vocals and queer culture as well. I think it's massively
It's
influenced us.
so hard because it's like, you know, I always think about like who my influences are, but they're so like all over the
For me,
shop.
it's like Daft Punk, Justice, and again, all of their stuff is all ripped from queer culture. And then also, I would say like, yeah, your Larry Levans. It's all disco-y sounds for me.
Okay, so why do you think house music survives every generation?
Ooh, good question.
Do you know what? You're right. I think other genres do sort of come and go, or like definitely go and then come back. Like at the moment, the garage resurgence is massive, but it definitely went away for a long time. But house music, maybe because
It's got such deep history and
it's also quite accessible. Like, because if you tune into like Radio 1 or something, and you're listening to your Zara Larsons and the pop music, like it is almost house music. And I think maybe it's because we're just surrounded by it and it's quite easy on the ear. Whereas like some other dance music is like, it is made for the dance floor. But I think, maybe it's just because house music's the best. And that's
I,
like
I think you've got like a valid point though with that. Like my fiance, he's pop. Like he's literally like, don't like house music.
Yeah.
And, you know, like a Zara Larson or like all the music that's kind of, I think Beyonce started it. With which was the album.
the Renaissance
that she
album.
did.
Yeah, the
Renaissance
Renaissance.
album,
Yeah. And I was like, do you know what you're listening to right now? This is house music
Yeah.
with a pop vocal.
Yeah. Some of it was
And they're
techno.
like, no.
Yeah.
I think some people don't want to admit to it, but it's like, it's the absolute core of it, of electronic music, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think, you know, no matter what kind of is in trend at the moment, people will always come back to house music. It's got
It's a feeling,
history.
isn't it?
I know
Yeah.
it sounds so cheesy, but,
But it
that
is.
saying it like,
And it's
It's
international
so true,
as well.
yeah.
Like if you go abroad, like drum and bass is such like a UK thing, but house music is everywhere, from like Bali to South America to Mexico. Do you know what I mean? It's like house music is everywhere.
It's a language.
Yeah, it's the only
Like,
genre
like
that it does cross all
Something
borders
that
like
connects
that.
people. But it's funny
Yeah.
though, because people that don't listen to house will feel like it's so niche. And it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
babe, where are you living?
Yeah,
Because it definitely is not niche at all.
No.
yeah.
What's one record that instantly defines the energy of Masquerada in a room? You can give two because there might be two separate ones.
I absolutely, for me, is Michael Gray, The Weekend. We've played that song over and
Did
over.
you know he was going to say that? Is that why you laughed?
But it's I completely see where you're coming from.
It's like, it's a brilliant closer tune. And it's like, it's just infectious, that tune. I mean, I absolutely love that song. And I think that, do you not think that sums us up? I can't wait for the weekend to begin. That is us, lad. Me and him were ringing each other Thursday, where we're going tonight, tonight. We were both off last weekend. Got to Friday night and we were like, what do people do on a Friday night if they're not going clubbing? We were like,
mad.
just didn't know what to do.
Went to bed early.
Isn't it? I can't wait for the weekend to begin.
No, I'm with you now. I'm on board.
good.
I'm on board.
Yeah.
You love
I love.
the Brazilian geezer.
Oh,
And he does
Mochak.
that funky town edit.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, yes. So what?
Yeah, it's so
Wax
two
remix.
DJs, yeah.
Funky town. I mean,
Funky Town.
again, like if you those two tracks, not the music we're playing, but I think they do summarise
Yeah.
us
Music,
as like
yeah.
Yeah.
the energy we're trying trying to create.
and
Yeah,
give.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, right. Let's have a bit of a shake and do a bit of a game.
Whoa.
Please don't judge my flags. Oh, you're going to have one green,
Right.
and then you're going to have red. So then you're going to have to, that one's a bit crooked, sorry. You know how it goes, right?
Yep.
So, reinventing your sound because culture and trends are changing.
Oh, I get.
Green
What
flag.
is this
Do you
something
think
we
that's a
agree
green?
with?
Yeah. Times change.
So, if it's something that you agree with, green. If it's something that you don't agree with, red. Or if you both have mixed thingy, maybe just with them both and then we'll
Okay, cool.
explain
Right,
your
okay,
opinions,
okay, cool.
yeah? So, reinventing your sound because culture and trends are changing.
I would agree.
Yeah.
You'd agree?
Yeah,
I think like times move on. Like look at, I don't know, Carl Cox or Fatboy Slim, who've been doing it for 50 years. They
Yeah.
have to reinvent themselves to be able to stay current. Like, but music trends change. Like you've got to be able to go with it.
Yeah.
All right, maybe not going from like dubstep to
UKG
Afro house.
to Afro, yeah.
But then you say like Scream, he went from dubstep
Yeah.
to disco. He's playing Amnesia tonight. It's a disco
Yeah.
set, but
My point, my addition to this would be, I'd love to see it done organically, and with
Yes.
someone like Scream, I know he's got such a passion for music, and it's not come from like, oh, now I have to make UKG,
Yeah.
because that's the cool thing.
To do.
I watched, listened to another podcast, or I heard like another big DJ talking about it the other week, and he said to make it in dance music, like discussing the genre thing, you either have to be so consistent with your sound because everything comes round in circles every something like 7 years, say. So you have to consistently put out your music knowing that you're going to have a dip
gonna
and
come
no
back
one's
round.
basically going to listen to your music for this time. But when you do come back, when it does come back round, you're going to be absolutely huge.
Yeah.
Or you have to continue to adapt
Yeah.
and move with the times. So I think both points are very valid. Personally, I think we'll move.
Being selective at the door to protect the vibe of the party.
Oh God, these are tricky questions.
I think red flag. I think everyone's welcome. Everyone's welcome. But then if you're a dickhead, you get kicked out.
Okay.
I would also say, I think if you're turning up for drum shed and it's a rave, I think everyone should be welcome. But in
Yeah.
queer spaces, those queer spaces are there for people to enjoy and feel safe and feel themselves and express themselves freely. And if it's a crowd that look like they're gonna come in and torment that, then I think that's when it
Then
should
you're
be
not welcome.
selective.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's fair. Okay, so networking whilst pretending it's friendship.
These
We're all
questions
guilty
are
of it.
so good.
I guess it's a red flag, but we all
We are.
do it.
We
all
all
do
are guilty to a degree of that, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the worst for it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think network is so important,
Because
isn't it?
networking is also, do you know what? Me and Kaylee was talking about this before, and she was like, people need to like debunk the whole thing of like begging it, because like to network, you kind of have to a
yeah.
degree anyway.
Yeah.
And also, it is really making a connection. So friendship should kind of come hand in hand.
100%. Yeah. To be honest, like if you don't know the person, you have met them through networking,
Yeah.
and then sometimes those networking opportunities, like they blossom into friendships.
Yeah.
It happened so many times with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, green flag.
Green flag.
Making music you know will work in the clubs versus making music that actually reflects your taste. So you make a song, but it's not really something that you would replay out.
We wouldn't play out, or other DJs wouldn't
I
play.
think red flag, like we were guilty of that in the beginning. We were making tunes like our most high streaming song, it's 118 BPM and is a like Justy style, Daft Punk style song, and we never play it out.
Yeah.
And it's our biggest tune, but it's just not something we do. But we really
We
enjoyed
play
the
the
song.
high energy sets,
Yeah.
and it was a
Yeah.
little bit like when we kind of had management, it was like, right, we need you to make music that you would play. It's like, stop making music that you wouldn't play. Why would you?
Yeah, so that was a mistake.
It was just like
and
a lesson learned.
Yeah, and we get all our streams from this this Christian EDM Spotify playlist in America.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. We are like number one in this like Christianity EDM playlist because the lyrics go, "Search me, oh God," and literally because it says it in the lyrics.
But house music is quite big now in like the Christianity. Like they're making a lot of like, especially I think there's like gospel house and stuff, isn't there?
Yeah.
So
And it's definitely a track like, your dad could listen to.
Yeah.
It's very like instrumental and
Yeah.
like, we always said like it's like, a nighttime drive in like Miami. Do you know what I mean? It's not like,
Yeah.
But like my mum always says, you need more lyrics. You need more lyrics.
I like this one. It's got more words.
Okay, cool. We can pop them down. What have you learned about people from being in the industry, from connecting over producing, from running parties in this musical space?
I think like it's not a competition, and sometimes when we went into like, oh, they're going to think because they play this sort of music that they're not going to like us because of this, and as you like go through, it's like it really isn't a competition, and no one's judging each other, even though it might seem like it. And there is opportunities for everyone to succeed. It's not like just because they got that booking or that festival that you can't next time. And definitely at the beginning, it was like, oh, it's us against them. But it's like, oh no, we're all in it together. And everyone wants to help. Obviously, there's anomalies and people are idiots, but we at the beginning didn't, because we were playing a certain type of sound. We're like, oh, they're our cool friends. They probably don't like what we're doing, like, because we were more commercial led.
Yeah.
But it's never been, that was all in my head.
Yeah.
It was all in my head.
I have to say, like, I was so surprised, like, the deeper I've got into the industry and, the people I've met along the way, how people support each other, we'll be at, like, Rise Festival, and you end up forming, like, these little groups of, like, DJs, but we're all different genres, but, everyone goes to support each other, and
nice.
it's like, I love it. I've never felt like, even in musical theatre, we did that for years, and
that was a competition.
Yeah, that was so competitive. Even with your friends, it was like, I don't know why she's got that. Do you know what I mean? But it's not like that. We've all got our own thing going on, and you want to see people succeed. It doesn't take it away from anyone. It doesn't take it away from your success.
Yeah. So you both bring such big energy publicly, but when the party ends and everything's quiet again, who actually keeps you both grounded outside of Mascanada?
Our partners.
Yeah. and each other as well. Like, we speak to each other all the time, like
all day,
every day. And I'm really thankful I've got an amazing wife that's sort of.
I thought he was going to say you then.
Jess is cool too, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to say you then.
Same.
You really just
such
swerved
an
there.
amazing friend.
All right, we love him, but not that much. Like, no, you are the best. I love you, but like,
Me too, mate.
we talk work a lot, and then it's so good. Like, I look forward to our car journeys. Like, we've got a festival coming up next week, and it's a 4-hour drive, and I'm so excited just to sit there, me and him, just talk to each other.
We'll do shop for a bit, but then we'll pick apart everything.
But like you did say, we do have amazing partners. Like, my wife is amazing, and
you've got great friends.
She comes clubbing now and then, but it's nice to go home and just watch crap TV with her.
So neither of your partners into the house?
My wife likes it, but she's not like us out 3 days a week.
Okay,
She's like once every 3 months she'll pick and choose her battles. She can't handle the hangovers.
No, to be fair. And what would you say is next for you guys in terms of like, what's the version you still haven't built yet, or you're still building on? Like, talk to us about.
That's a really good question.
Your next part of the journey.
Continue to make music, put it out, and hopefully start to see the crowds enjoying it, the support from the DJs, from radio, and really get our sound out there. And I really hope, I look forward to like a time we can, go clubbing and hear DJs maybe that we don't know playing our music.
Yeah,
that'd be.
You will. Your songs are amazing. I love them. I think they're so good.
I feel like it's been like the last couple of months we're really like honed in on like the sound and where we're going with it. It's been so much trial and error, and I think like we're a few years in now that we're really getting to that point where it is, and now we just want other people to enjoy it now. enjoy our sound, and hopefully it'll connect with people.
Yeah. Lastly, if you could sit down with your younger selves before any of this existed, what do you think you'd say to them now?
It's like in RuPaul's Drag Race.
I was just thinking that.
You know when they get the little
I
baby
would say
picture
to
out
baby
that,
Kyle, you deserve this.
You're gonna go through so much.
Those free gigs that you did for 5 years will pay off.
I would say it's going to be really fun, but make sure that you find that person that you get to do it with. And I'm so lucky that we found Kyle, that we got to do it together.
That is
And
really
getting to
cute.
share every experience with someone. I can't imagine being a DJ on my own and not doing it. So yeah, find your person, find your tribe. That's what I would say to him.
Yeah. Kyle?
I'm going to have to say something similar. No, I would. I'd say you're going to have like so many adventures and experiences, and yeah, you're completely blessed and lucky to be doing it with your best mate. Keep working hard even when it's, feels really, really difficult, because it will happen.
Yeah.
Keep going.
And don't drink that purple shot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Put down, oh yeah. Maybe don't drink.
What is the purple shot?
You don't need to know. Don't do it.
I don't think we want to know that one. And before we go as well, tell them about DMMW.
It is out on Good Records, which is owned by our good friend Jordan Van Dam. We are the second release on his label, and
we're the first
release that's not him.
The first release that's not
Amazing.
him.
And we're buzzing, to be honest.
Yeah,
We've been such fans of his over the years, and
He's an amazing artist, and like his his knowledge of like
everything.
Music and it's a brand new label, but I just know it's gonna do bits.
It's going to take off,
But
yeah.
the tune is out now and is out everywhere for people to stream
Spotify,
and buy.
Apple
Yeah.
Music, you'll get it.
We got to get it, guys. You better get it.
You better.
Guys, it's been Mascanada Brothers at my house. Woo. They knocked round. They did a little cheeky knock round. I was like, absolutely, I want you guys here. We had a little, well, there wasn't enough water, clearly.
No,
I was finished. It's been amazing, and we'll see who knocks next. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.